Verse 20.
For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain.
Right. So they speak against the Most High wickedly. Wickedly. Because they don't know the Most High. Remember, they never gonna know the Most High. As it is written, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, it tells you. That's for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach, we have not known it. They speak against the Most High wickedly. Verse 20, go ahead.
For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain.
Right, the enemies of the Most High take the name of the Most High in vain, read. What David say?
Do not I hate them, O Most High, that hate thee?
So the Most High is listening. What David say?
I hate them with...
No,
oh, Salakia.
I
do...
No, don't say I do.
Do not I hate them, O Most High, that hate thee? And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee?
Listen, now who hates the Most High? Psalms 83. Just to show you how we just read the Most High's not a man. Why would he have this in here if it's something that's contrary to the way we should be? Right?
Yeah.
Let me show you how you felt about David too. But read this. Psalm 83.
Psalm chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silent, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High.
So it says, don't be quiet, Most High. Listen and rise up against your enemies. But listen.
For lo, thine enemies.
Thy who?
Thine enemies.
So the Most High, Mashiach's enemies, read.
Make a turmoil.
Making an uproar, read.
And they that hate thee have lift up the head.
Have lifted up the head. The ones that hate the Most High, his enemies, have lifted up their head in pride. Jump to verse 6. Who are they?
The tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacles of Edom. These are the enemies and the ones that hate the Most High. Tabernacles of Edom. Read.
And the Ishmaelites.
So-called white people, the Arabs, read.
Of Moab.
Chinese.
And Hagarenes.
Africans, read.
Gabal.
Or Arabs, tribes, go ahead.
And Ammon.
Japanese, read.
And Amalek.
Amalek, the Jewish people today, read.
And the Philistines.
Philistines are the Egyptians, the Africans, Hamites, read.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
More Africans, read.
Ashur.
Assyrians, read.
Also is joined with them.
That's it. So now, why is David saying this? Go back to Psalms 139, verse 21.
Psalm chapter 139, verse 21. Do not I hate them, O Most High, that hate thee, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee.
That's right. You say, do not I hate them, O Most High, that hate thee. So we just read who hates the Most High, who the enemy of the Most High. And am I agree with those that rise up against thee? They rise up against the Most High. Read.
I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies.
He say, I hate them with perfect hatred. Say, I count them mine enemy because they're the enemies of the Most High. They're the enemies of the Mashiach Yahushua. Get Acts 13 and 22. This is how the Most High felt about King David. And he said it. This is what the Most High said.
Acts chapter 13, verse 22. And when he had removed him,
He removed Saul, read.
he raised up unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony, and said, I have found David the son of Jesse, a man after mine own heart.
See? So he found David, the son of Jesse, a man after his own mind. That's what you got to say about that. Because a lot of people, they got a problem with, the fact of the judgment of the Most High. But we went through a few judgments. You can't stop it. You can't stop it, can you? You can't stop it. No matter how you feel, no matter how you look at it, get over it. We had to get over it, right?
Yeah. Can't beat him, join him. Join him most high. You can't beat him.
Look. Get Psalm 89, verse 20.
You said 80?
Psalms 89 and 20.
Psalm chapter 89, verse 20. I have found David my servant. With my holy oil have I anointed him.
Go ahead.
With whom my hand shall be established. My arm also shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him.
That's right. David put all the nations in subjection to Israel. 40 years of war, read.
And I will beat down his foes before his face.
The Most High said, he said, I will beat down his foes, his enemies before his face, read.
And plague them that hate him.
Right, so now, is David wrong? David said what he said? What the Most High say he gonna do? Read.
But my faithfulness and my mercy shall be with him, and in my name, shall his horn be exalted.
Right, in his name, how about Shema Mashiach Yahushua? So, David, power be exalted. Go back to Deuteronomy 23.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 7. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land.
That's right. So, just telling us, remember, remind you, we coming out of Egyptian captivity from the Egyptians. Go ahead.
The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Most High in their third generation.
Right. In the third generation. Go ahead.
When the host goeth forth against thine enemies, then keep thee from every wicked thing.
Right. So we go to war against our enemies, say, stay away from every wicked thing, read.
If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness, that chanceth him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp, and he shall not come in within the camp.
Right, if he's unclean. That's how serious the Most High look at these laws. He said if he's unclean by night, see, then shall he go abroad out of the camp, he shall not come within the camp. Go ahead. And you can be unclean if you have sex. But read. Verse 11.
But it shall be, when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water, and when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again.
So letting you know, you got to wait till the next evening when the sun go down, wash himself up, and come to the camp again the next evening. Read.
But it shall be, When evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water,
Go ahead.
and when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again.
Right. Go ahead.
Thou shalt have a place also without the camp, whither thou shalt go forth abroad, and thou shalt have a paddle upon thy weapon, and it shall be when thou wilt ease thyself abroad, thou shalt dig therewith, and shalt turn back and cover that which cometh from thee.
Right. You know, you have a shovel. Dig the ground
Outside the camp, right?
outside the camp to bury it, right? Go ahead.
For the Most High thy power walketh in the midst of thy camp, to deliver thee, and to give up thine enemies before thee. Therefore shall thy camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in thee, and turn away from thee.
Right. So get St. John 1 and 18 out.
St. John chapter 1 verse 18. No man hath seen the Most High at any time.
But it's, you just said the Most High walking in the midst of the camp. But go ahead.
The only begotten Son, which is in his bosom of the Father, which is in the bosom of the Father, he had declared him.
Right. So no man has seen the Most High at any time. Only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he have declared him. So there's an order of things. It's the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua, the spirit to man, to woman, the child. So when you understand this spiritually, you can understand when you read these words that it's still the Most High. Make sure you get this. Get this Acts 7th chapter, 48th verse. Because we try to keep going over this because it ain't sunk in, you know.
Acts chapter 7 verse 48. Heaven is my throne.
Verse 48.
Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as said the prophet.
Right. So the Most High don't dwell in no temples made with hands. Go ahead.
Heaven is my throne.
So where's the Most High's throne?
Heaven.
Heaven is the Most High's throne, read.
And earth is my footstool.
Earth is his footstool. Read.
What house will ye build me? Said the Most High. Or what is the place of my rest?
What's the place of his rest, read?
Hath not my hand made all these things?
Most High said, oh, his hand made everything. So there's nothing that you really can say that the Most High don't have his hand in it because he created everything. But he used Mashiach Yahushua and the angels to create everything. His hands created everything, but like a Mashiach Yahushua said, whatever I see the Father do, that's what I do. Whatever I hear him say, that's what I'm saying. He took no reputation of himself. So, I mean, it's like we keep going over these things over and over again. It's like in 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, and it's telling you, when we read the Deuteronomy, are we in the wilderness? We're still in the wilderness, so 1 Corinthians 10 and read verse 1.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea.
Right, talking about our forefathers. So you don't want us to be not knowing. You're going to be not knowing or dumb, stupid, or whatever, how you want, whatever words you want to use pertaining to not knowing. I mean, all of them applies to ignorant. Read.
And were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea.
Right, in the cloud and in the sea. Read.
And did eat. And did all eat the same spiritual meat.
They did eat all the same spiritual meat. Read.
And did all drink the same spiritual drink. For they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them. And that rock was Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right, so like I keep saying, if he's not there with you, then he's not there. If it's just the Most High, it's just the Most High. But the Most High said his heaven is his throne. He made everything. He's worthy to be praised for everything. So it says, and that rock that followed him was a Mashiach Yahushua. Now, verse 9.
When
in the wilderness, now this is what he said. Read. Verse 9.
When the host goeth forth.
We in 1 Corinthians 10 and 9.
Neither let us tempt Hamashiach Yahushua, as some of them also tempted.
See, some of the Israelites tempted Hamashiach Yahushua, where in the wilderness, read.
And were destroyed of serpents.
And were destroyed of serpents. So he's here. He's here. He's there, or he's not there. Read.
Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured.
They were murmuring.